It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting, fun-filled, and cringe-inducing episode of the absolutely completely random podcast for Saturday, January 15th, 2022. I'm your host, as always, right here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel, Andrew Rhodes, trying out new mic number 2. I got a Bluetooth one, Bluetooth headset thing I got for a very specific reason. And I was like, yeah, let me give this one a shot this morning and try out this one for the podcast. So let me know what you think of this one. I got some positive reviews of my last one, and I just was lazy and didn't feel like grabbing my USB mic. So it sounds like I'm not giving it any love. I'm giving it a well-deserved vacation that it deserves. Anyway, what do I got to talk about this week on the podcast? Well, believe it or not, a judge has ruled that the ex-owner Edgar Kaiser Jr.'s heirs can't buy back portion of the Broncos, the Denver Broncos, the football team. So it's clearing the way for the sale of the franchise, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Not a hell of a lot, because I don't know a lot about football. I love the Broncos. They're my favorite team. There is going to be an international anti-piracy organization launching to protect manga and anime. Yeah, see how well that goes. A formerly bullied man has found happiness married to Hatsune Miku. Yes, you heard that correctly. And look, I'm just gonna say this, if this is possible. I'd like there's a few anime characters out there. I'm sure a lot of us would end up liking to be married to, and I think a lot of people that would end up getting arrested because of that. But that's for another day. I got a Logan Paul topic here, because of course I do, because why? Yeah, those $3.5 million box of Pokemon cards, they fake as yeah, they're fake. Oh, are they fake? And there's a new anime film out, that honestly, I saw the trailer for the day before it was set to release, and it blew me away. I'm not gonna drive the good 70 miles to go see it. I will get it when it comes out on DVD, but it got my attention very quickly. But I'll talk about Belle in this episode. So that's all I got to talk about this week. But you know the song and dance by now. I'm sure you do. We all do. We all know the song and dance. It's the same song and dance we have all the time. So what's the song and dance? Well, of course, ARHOADS hyphen 2012 on eBay. I had a wide variety of stuff for sale: trading cards, DVDs, games. I got a music CD up there right now. The music from Las Vegas. This the TV show. All this can be yours if you check out my eBay page. It's ARHOADS hyphen 2012 on eBay. And while you're out there on the information superhighway, swing on by Twitterville and come hang out with me at Otaku Rhodes. That's the @ symbol, capital O, TAKU, capital RHOADS, over on Twitter. Don't forget to check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And we do have Patreon and Ko-fi pages as well for this channel. Patreon is patreon.com/webdesigner18, and Ko-fi the same. And if you actually support me on Patreon, your name will appear in every single video that goes forward on this channel. And I do have some cool stuff that I'm planning on, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. But yes, I am looking forward to hopefully getting some backers. I mean, come on. It's think of me like PBS, but I'm not going to sit here and do a telethon and bore you to death, and then put on some good stuff for about 45 minutes, and then bore you back to death again. I think the only good things that PBS ever had with their telethons, I watched a couple Celtic Woman concerts. That was about it. Everything else with their telethons is usually garbage. Unless they put on brick comms for an afternoon or something. I just watch brick comms. Yay! Otherwise, most of their stuff sucks. But yes, come check me out over there. Like I said, there's a Patreon and Ko-fi. Links to all these, by the way, are on the About Me section here on my channel. So go over there, check it out, click the links, come hang out with us. I know I haven't updated the Patreon one. I just finally got around to getting the Facebook page updated with the latest releases, so I am working on it. It was mostly I didn't have the time because I was quickly getting this stuff up so I could quick get the stuff out, so I could quick get the stuff up, so I could quick get long story. Anyway, come on, check those out, and thank you so much. Alrighty, so let's go about with how my week went. And my week, holy shit. So I only had to work 2 days this week. And first off, I'm used to that schedule because then this gives me a little more free time. I can work on some of my other stuff I want to do because my end goal, and I was saying this to my one coworker, would have been not this past Thursday. No, it would have been this past Wednesday, actually. I was saying it to her. I don't see myself being there come September. I honest to God, I don't. For some reason, I don't see myself being there. I kind of foresee the possible I'm just going to find something else and be gone, or something will come up and I'll end up not being there anymore. So it's just one of those, I don't know which path it's going to be, but both the paths kind of lead to the same destination, and that's the destination I'm kind of seeing off in the distance. I just don't know how long the paths are. But there was that. I was so worried I was going to have to go to work in this fucking snowstorm that's headed this way. For those of you that don't know, I live on the East Coast, and we're expected to get a really lovely snowstorm Sunday night into Monday. Really going to be getting people over. And they were like, oh yeah, we're going to need you to come in Monday morning at 6 a.m. And I'm like, huh? So then I'm like panicking now, trying to figure out, okay, alright, do I have to get up early so I can shovel myself out because it's supposed to start snowing like Sunday afternoon? I get to work yesterday morning. I'm off the schedule for Monday, and I'm like, yes, I will take it. I'm losing 6 hours, and I was told, yeah, we have to cut back on hours, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm fine with that. I value my safety over the whatever I would have been making here anyway. I value my safety over it a little bit more than the bottom line for the company. Went home, told my mom, I said, yeah, I don't have to work Monday morning. She goes, oh, thank God. She was getting a little nervous too about it. So happily that's a good thing. Although I found out my one coworker is out now until we hear otherwise. He had to get tested for the you-know-what disease. The one still going around. He had to get tested for that, and it's like, well, first words out of my mouth too, or should I get tested? And she goes, only if you feel sick. Well, I don't really feel sick other than my allergies, and I can vouch for that. Other than my allergies, I don't feel sick, so... She goes, nope, then you're fine. Unless you feel ill, and she gave me what the company had list of symptom-wise. I didn't feel that. I don't feel any of them. The only headaches I've been having are sinus ones, so I'm fine with that. But I don't have to worry about going in. I only have to work 2 days then this week, unless something happens, which I'm getting a weird feeling it might, because the one person that I have to work with, I don't think likes me too much, and I think we'll try to find a way to weasel out of having to deal with me and or work with me. And in all honesty, I will take it. I will take it. If it comes to that, I don't mind in the least. I really don't. But, yeah, it's been my week, though, pretty much. I did get my, like I said, new microphone. I actually ordered this after watching Real Steel again. We watched that on New Year's Day. I was like, yeah, I should really look into getting a Bluetooth headset. And I was looking online, and I was like, well, let me check what we have at work. And we got that little freaking earbud one. And that little earbud one, it's just one that you use like to answer phone calls. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably not going to work. And no, it's only $5. I'm like, yeah, but it's probably not going to work. And I got a lot of compliments so far. At least my mom liked the sound that the other one gave off last week. So I thought, oh, what the hell? I want to use this for something anyway, because I thought about it, so I'm going to have a little more free time on my hands now. I thought about possibly, and I did put this up on Twitter, I thought about possibly doing a Pokemon journey, because I did find some emulators for Pokemon, and I've been watching a lot of like Madry Bread, and I love that. My one comment from his normal video was featured last week in his video last week, it was featured. I was like, oh my god! I was geeking out when I saw that. I didn't watch it till Sunday morning. I was geeking out when I saw it. I was like, yes, it was featured. That's my comment. That's my comment. I thought that was so cool. So I thought about that. I'm like, oh well, I could possibly look into doing that. But I'm like, I don't want it to be like a standard Pokemon adventure. I mean, it's standard. What the hell are you gonna have, be different? So I thought about it, and I figured that if I do this, if I do decide to go and start a Pokemon journey, first off, I'm gonna bring you all along with me. But I'm going to call it The Adventures of Bob Bastard. Because I always wanted like one of these freaking Pokemon, one of these Poketubers to name their character Bob Bastard. Like, just name a Pokemon Bob Bastard. Name your character Bob Bastard. So it's like, you know what? Screw this. You people didn't want to do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. The Adventures of Bob Bastard. I'm really looking forward to getting everything up for this. It won't take much, I don't think, because I was figuring everything out last night, and I'm like, yeah, it's not really going to take much, man. I got a screen recorder already, courtesy of IAPO. I was screwing around with that, and like, I got the emulators, that's not a problem, and I have the knowledge. I mean, I literally started at Gen 1, and then working my way up. I figure I'd go maybe as high as, I don't know, maybe Gen 3, all the further I'd go, I don't know. Then I just have to figure out which ones do I want to play, and I'm like, yeah, it's a possibility. But either way, that's what I was thinking about, making it like, The Adventures of Bob Bastard. That's just like how I'm going to say it. It's like, Bob Bastard! It's got a nice ring to it. The only thing I got to check in is to see how many characters you can put in for a name for your character, because worst case scenario, I might have to call it B Bastard. I really got to check it. I really have to check that. But either way, it's The Adventures of Bob Bastard. I liked it. But yeah, so that was what I was thinking about yesterday. Pretty much that's been my week then. Other than just like miscellaneous junk here and there. Yeah, that's pretty much been my week. So, let me know how your weeks have been going in the comment section. I love reading the comments, by the way. Wish there was more of them, but I'm just a small time man. I'm just a small man. I mean, I was told I was handsome by Buddha Bob yesterday. I walked into the store and starts telling me to eat fruits and vegetables 3 times a day, slice them into quarters, and oatmeal. I'm supposed to eat oatmeal 3 times a day because I'm a handsome man and I'm very smart. Guys, I was like, okay. I'm just like standing there like, I don't know what to do here. They don't train you for this. But that's been my week. I met Buddha Bob. Possibly want to start a Pokemon journey. Take all of you along with me and call it The Adventures of Bob Bastard. And yeah, that's pretty much been my week. that's just been my week. So let's get into the podcast, shall we? It's gonna be a good one, folks. Alright, so apparently I love this. So I'm a huge fan of the Denver Broncos. I have always been a fan of the Denver Broncos. I will always be a fan of the Denver Broncos. For me, the Denver Broncos are like the quintessential team. They're my favorite team. And they always will be. And I live in Pennsylvania, and everybody's like, oh, you gotta like the Steelers, you gotta like the Eagles. I hate both those teams. I hate both of them. I was so hoping that the coach was going to get axed after this season, and thank God he was, because we did bad. We did bad this season, and oh my God, it was horrible. I mean, we did really bad. We lost to the Browns, for God's sake. We lost to the goddamn Browns. Okay. We finished this year was 7-10, and the coach had a 19-30 record for the 3 seasons that he was the head coach, and that. We lost. We were horrible this season, and it was just a shit show. Just to even put it into context, it was horrifying. And I'm like, oh my, no, fuck this to hell. We are not, no. I was not okay with that. So we got new people going into this. So apparently, a Denver judge ruled that the heirs of the former Broncos owner Edgar Kaiser Jr. cannot buy back any portion of the franchise as part of a right of first refusal agreement. So this is clearing up the way for a potential sale of the team. So in other words, the team's going to be up for sale. And then I saw a rumor that apparently Peyton Manning and I think John Elway are going to butt heads to try to get in control of this and try to get a controlling majority. First, God help us if it's Peyton Manning. John Elway I'd be okay with, but God help us if it's Peyton Manning. But what I kind of think should happen here, and now somebody out there in the comments, please tell me if this is illegal or not, because I honestly don't know, but I always feel like if the team or the franchise has to be put up for sale, I kind of feel like this should be an opportunity, like this should be a possibility, where the fans can buy the team. Like a group of fans get together, they each chip in like $100 or something, and they get the chance to buy into the franchise. Now, according to this article, and this is an article from ESPN.com, by the way. So a holdings group representing Kaiser's estate had petitioned the court that it had the right of refusal for any sale of the franchise dating back to when Kaiser sold the team to Pat Bowlen in 1984. Kaiser died in 2012 and Bowlen died in 2019. So the Denver district judge ruled the heirs had no claim, and the right of first refusal included in the 1984 sale agreement was no longer valid or enforceable in any respect. So they're done. So this is interesting. So the CEO, Joe Ellis of the Broncos, one of the three trustees overseeing the operations of the team, said if Bolin's children cannot agree on a majority owner, the team would likely be sold. That agreement between the siblings is not expected, no shit, and a lawsuit between them was poised to go to trial before it was dismissed last July, and the team is expected to formally go up for sale in the coming months. So the Broncos are going to be up for sale. And I kind of feel like I want to be like Homer Simpson in that episode of The Simpsons when he went to work for Hank Scorpio at Global Tech. And he's like, I know this isn't the Dallas Cowboys, but maybe it's one step closer to your dream. And he goes, oh, the Denver Broncos. And I'm like, what the hell? Dude, there's nothing wrong with owning the Denver Broncos. I would love to own the Denver Broncos. I'd love to own a portion of the Denver Broncos. And that's kind of what brings my whole thing into this. So, they recently fired their head coach. In fact, they didn't fire him on Black Monday. They fired his sorry ass on Sunday. Right after they lost to the Chiefs, they're like, you're gone. I know. Get out. I'm gone. They had 5 straight losing seasons, which is goddamn true, and they've missed the playoffs 6 consecutive years. You got that one right, too. But this season, we lost to the Browns, for God's sake. How do you lose to the Browns? We had a really good start, and then somehow tripped in the middle of the race and just rolled on our ass a few times. Got up, made a small step, and then tripped right again. It's almost like we were drunk and we were trying to run home. It was bad. But according to league rules, though, state a majority owner must own at least 30% of a franchise. So in a sale of $4 billion, sorry about that. In a sale of $4 billion, that would mean the majority investor would have to control $1.2 billion. And like I said, this brings up my question, and I do open this to anybody in the comments section. If this is in any way, shape, or form, if this isn't allowed, let me know. Because honestly, I always feel like when something like this goes up, I always feel like the fans are still the ones getting screwed. And there are a lot of diehard fans that would probably love just to own a portion of this. I mean, look at the Green Bay Packers. They're owned by the city of Green Bay. If anybody out there's ever watched Danny Phantom, you know this joke. Because remember, Vlad Plasmius was a huge Cheesehead fan, and Jazz made the comment, "Well, if you're so rich, why don't you just buy the team?" He goes, "Because they're owned by the city of Green Bay, and they won't sell them to me," which I believe. But when it comes to the Broncos, why can't the fans have a chance at this? I mean, each of the fans, like, let's say that you have to have at least 1.2 billion. So let's say you get like 100 some fans. It's just pretty easy to guess you're gonna have 100 some fans, and they all chip in, let's say, $100 to 500 max, and they own a portion of the team now. That means that they get a cut of anything, they can get this, but they own a portion of it. I would consider like a massive stock thing. It's like, okay, you don't own the whole stock, but you own like a percentage of the stock, along with all these other people that own a percentage of the stock, equaling to the whole stock. So why can't the fans have a chance at this? And that's my main question. So they're expecting the ownership transition to take place potentially before the 2022 season. Who the hell knows? Probably won't. The way things are going, who the hell knows? But maybe. Out of respect, though, for the court, they're going to wait and get back to them on a later date, though. Yeah. Basically, back in July, though, they were Ellis had said that they would say something after transitionship, after the season was over, and yeah, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, out of respect for the courts, I'll get back to you on a later date. Yeah. So well, we like the idea. We like the concept of it, but, and there's a huge but, I'm just gonna walk away for the time being. And it does kind of suck, but at the same time, it makes sense. But like I said, this is the thing that I would love for like the fans. Like, let's say like a whole group of fans get together and they go to talk to like this. Let's say, you have like one person, like a duly elected individual, that will handle this, or like some firm or something. Each of the fans that went in on this, they give like $100 to $500, somewhere in that range, and they own a portion of the team. They are part of the whole. And I guarantee you, somebody would love that. I mean, in fact, why can't, like, okay, let's say if Elway were to get this. Why can't Elway open up that possibility and give the fans, the actual fans, give them a chance to own their team, to own the team that they love? Because in that way, the players know, hey, look, the fans own us. Okay, they're expecting a lot from us, more so than before. But these are the diehard fans. They are stuck with this team through every high and every low, and they are willing to back us. We can do this. They might play better. You just have like faceless executives and rich people that are buying this thing like Caligula Downs wine. It's basically like, yeah, I don't really see the appeal of this, so not my problem. Whereas I would rather go, no, I would really like to see where this goes. I would really like to see how this plays out. But unfortunately, I mean, I don't think we're going to get that, but I would love, honestly, I would love to see the Broncos owned by the fans, or at least have the fans involved in like an ownership. Like the fans get a chance to own the franchise. I would seriously open that up, or even just have Elway be the one that's like pitching it to the team. It's like, okay, look, I'll speak on behalf of the fans, but all the fans have a say in it, so he can't up and say, hey, we want to do this. He can guide them, but then they still have to have a majority vote from the fans that are involved in this. I personally think that'd be a cool idea. Now, like I said, somebody out there, please tell me if it's stupid. And please, don't hesitate. Tell me it's a stupid idea. If not, I'd like to know why that can't happen. And I said that at work the one time. Oh, stop me if this sounds stupid. And they did. And I was like, okay. I said, that's why I said stop me if it sounds stupid. So that worked out. So I said, stop me if it sounds stupid. So again, stop me if it sounds stupid, but couldn't we just do this? And yeah, so I'd love to see that, but who knows? All right, so apparently we're going to have an international anti-piracy organization, and it's going to be launching to protect manga and anime. And this entire thing is just making me remember that meme from Lazy Town. You are a pirate. And yeah, welcome back to this, folks, because this is where we're at again. So what is this basically going on about? Because piracy for manga and anime is becoming a massive issue again, a huge hot button issue, and they're getting pissed. And it's just massively getting pissed off. Everybody's getting, really annoyed at this, so they want this. They want this done. So the International Anti-Piracy Organization, or IAPO, is debuting in April, and groups from more than 13 countries have joined Japan in this. I love this. The Content Overseas Distribution Association, or CODA, in Japan is very much involved with IAPO. CODA consists of 32 Japanese companies, including but not limited to Studio Ghibli, Toei Animation, Kodansha, Shueisha, Shogakukan, Kukan, Bandai Namco Arts, Sunrise, Pony Crayon, etc. Yeah. Outside of Japan, America's Motion Picture Association is going to work with IAPO, so basically the MPAA, basically, the Motion Picture Association of America. And there are about 450 members of the Copyright Society of China. So it appears as though companies from South Korea and Vietnam will probably join soon as well. So the plans for the IPAO began last year. They're going to be working with law enforcement and different companies to crack down on piracy and bring criminal investigations against people who are stealing manga and anime. Since other countries might not be as aware as Japan about all the anime and manga piracy out there, the organization can help spread the word and supply helpful information and aid. Quote, our plan is to start the new organization in or around April this year and share the information on piracy sites compiled in each country and provide the same to the police of the country where the servers are located. Yeah. So in other words, they're just gonna basically go. I'm trying to think of a really good analogy here. Because I don't want to say Batman on your ass, because in all honesty, I don't think they're gonna go Batman on your ass. I think it's gonna be more along the lines of they're just gonna go straight up whooping your ass, and that's kind of the sad truth about it. That's what they're gonna do. That's where they're gonna go. They're just gonna whoop your ass on this. So, what is the unusual thing here about this? Piracy will always exist. You can look back in history. The whole thing of piracy at the high seas was an entire thing because of how much the trades were going, everything else. There was a whole slew leading up to it. There are easier solutions than cracking a whip, but I understand, spare the rod, beat the asshole. But the problem is that there are other solutions to this. They just don't want to see those other solutions as a viable possibility. While that makes sense, at the same time, it's just horrifying. But, of course, you can't always get what you want in life, and everything has a price, everything has a purpose and a point. But I get it, okay? They're pissed off about the 800 billion yen that got bilked from the creators and publishers from January to October of last year. They're pissed about it. I get that. Start cracking down on it. Yeah, you're not going to get rid of it entirely. And from how this is reading, they're planning to get rid of it entirely, and it's never going to happen. you will always have one person that will find a way to get it out there for everybody else. It is that simple of a concept. You just don't understand it, but it is that simple. It really is. Do I think this will work? No. I think it's going to put the fear of God into a lot of people. It's going to scare the crap out of the ones that aren't doing it. Like some of the small-time ones might get terrified. That they'll just jump right out. Some of the larger ones will probably go, look, we've been doing this for so long, we kind of have an idea of what to do. So they'll kind of like try to keep going. Do I think this is going to work in general? No. Like I said, it's going to scare people. Oh, you have like a whole bunch of other, companies and that on board with this. Okay, that's great. The problem is that you're going to have too many cooks in the kitchen. And there is an old saying for chefs, too many cooks ruin the soup. And I think that's what's going to happen with this. I really hate to say it. While I like the idea of it, like, look, yes, I am all for, you want to stop piracy, let's go for it. Let's, stop piracy in its tracks. What I'm afraid is going to happen here, and what I fear is going to happen here, is that you're not going to stop piracy. You're going to accelerate it to the point that it's going to jump too high and you're not going to be able to stop it. Because you have to realize they're pirating it for a reason. If you find out what the reason is and you start to work towards a better understanding for that, then you might, and I do say this, you might find the common ground to stop piracy altogether. But you need to find the common ground first. You just can't go and start, cracking heads and shoving doors down. But unfortunately, I think that, and that's how this is reading, if you read between the lines of it. They want to share information on piracy, the piracy sites compiled in each country, and provide safety to the police. So they want the police to go in there and basically arrest them. Then they can bring charges up on them. They go, all right, cool, we're done. But the problem is that the stuff will still be out there. It's like the whole torrent thing years and years ago with torrents. And torrents, people would just, use them like crazy, and you'd go, well, I don't understand why they're still doing this. We put an end to this. We went down on a few of them. Yeah, you went down on a few of them. You didn't go down on all of them. And you're expecting all of them to basically be, well, we're good. We don't need to worry about this. When no, you're still going to have the issue regardless of how you do it. That's the problem. And you're not understanding this. At least from how I'm seeing it, they're not understanding what the actual problem here is. But yes, we're going to have the International Anti-Piracy Organization, or the IAPO. And that's going to be launching in April. IAPO. Go along with the COBA. Okay. Content Overseas Distribution Association. I kind of feel like those are the ones that are the bulk of this issue, but I'm not going to get into that. But, yeah. That's my stance, though, on this. I mean, I get it. Okay, piracy is getting a little out of hand. I will admit that. You will never hear me deny that. Yes, it is getting a little out of hand. But like I said, find the middle ground as to why they're doing this. They're not doing this just to screw you over. Because the majority of the time, they feel like you screwed them and they're getting payback. They're not doing this to screw you over. And that's the thing. They're doing this for a reason. And if you think about it, a majority of those sites actually don't even, at least a couple that I know that are public knowledge ones, they don't, take money. They have, ads that run. And I think those ads just basically cover their costs. I really do. I think those ads just, cover their costs, and that's it. So I don't know if that's a huge thing, but yeah, I don't know. I would not be able to tell you whether or not it's true or not. I don't know. I don't I can't tell you. But as far as I'm concerned with this, yes, I think piracy is going a little overboard. But do I think creating an organization to crack down on them is enough? No. Sit down, start finding a middle ground with them, and try to make peace before you start cracking heads and enforcing stuff and putting the threatenings. There's my point. That's about all I got to say on it. But yeah, so we're getting the International Anti-Piracy Organization. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for protecting manga and anime. I'm all for it, but I kind of feel like they're trying to go a little too far now. That's just my opinion. It really is. That's just my opinion. All right, this is interesting. So a formerly bullied man has found happiness married to Hatsune Miku. Yeah, this is okay. First off, this isn't an official marriage. I want to stress I want to stress that hugely here. Okay, but 4 years ago, Akihiko uh, uh, Kondo held a wedding ceremony where he married Hatsune Miku. While not official, it did make the news, and the Japanese paper, the Manichi, caught up with him to see how the wedding bliss is going. And it turns out it's going quite well. So he was horrifically bullied in the past, so much so that he spent time away from work. During this time, he found Hatsune Miku. I stayed in my room for 24 hours a day and watched videos of Miku the whole time. But rather than just getting lost in the virtual world, he found that Miku helped him get the strength to return to work. It's not that people can't live in society because they're engrossed in a two-dimensional world, but rather there are cases where people become captivated as they search for a place for themselves in video games and anime. Because reality is too painful for them, he said. I was one of those people. So people who don't understand the background probably think games are disrupting their lives, but that's not the case. Yeah, okay. So apparently his father, though, who passed away before the wedding, had advised his son, some people say that the people being bullied have reasons to be bullied. But even if there are reasons, that doesn't make it all right. It doesn't. He shared his advice on his social media and watched it get retweeted 21,000 times, while some people were shocked by his wedding and his family didn't attend. Oh, wow! No, his friends did, but his family did. Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't. Okay. The event has also gotten him lectures at colleges and other places. He's also gotten messages from people who feel encouraged to live more bravely because of him. He's recently gone back to school, and his interests include freedom of expression, human rights, and minority issues. Okay, so will you step away from this for about 45 seconds? Okay, so first off, I'm happy that he's found the strength to go on and pulled himself out of a dark place. Yeah, I was bullied a lot as a kid too. Yeah, I love that the family didn't attend the wedding, though his friends did. I mean, I get it, it's really touching and everything, but man, it kind of went off the rails though in that interview. It's like, yeah, let's just catch up, 4 years later. How's the wedded bliss going? Oh, it's going really good. It's going really good. Yeah, I love it. Okay, and then you just basically explain like the background, and then it just kind of goes off the rail here. Look, I'm all for, you want to have like some weird wedding stuff here. I'm all for that. I am. I'm all for it. You want to have like a weird wedding, that's fine. But here's the thing, and I want to stress this, folks. It's weird. I mean, weird. I mean, weird. We're talking like massively weird. But I mean, then again, I know of people that are married to inanimate objects. Yeah. There are people that are married to inanimate objects. There are people that are married to virtual avatars. He's honestly not the only one. There are a few of them. They just didn't get massive press from news because it wasn't a hugely popular avatar. But I do like some of the comments. And first off, I'm really happy for you. Like I said, I do. I think it's really cool. Congratulations. Honestly, I think it's cool. I'm not trying to be, vindictive or snarky or anything. Really, congratulations. I really am happy for you. But I just kind of like the comments in here. One of them was, "Hey man, you do you. Hell, in another 30 years, you might have an intelligent Miku android in your house that fills all your needs." Slowly backs away. Yeah. LOL, you're not wrong, but yeah, if he's happy, then more power to him. And that's what I said, yeah. More power to you. It goes, if Beatless was a sci-fi rom-com, not a sci-fi thriller. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but like I said, if he's happy, more power to him. Who are we to question your happiness? I mean, there was a Greek god that fell in love with himself, for God's sake. I mean, come on. I think that's cool, but I want a life-size Miku doll, was another comment. That's definitely the definitive otaku right here. Oh, that's insulting. This disgustes me. People like this should be in a mental house. This is literally one of the comments. It should be, this disgusts me, but it says discusses. Okay. People like this should be in a mental house. The same goes for the man in Australia marrying a robot. God, please save this world. And no. There are people that do find, attraction to other things. And who are we to stop them? And like the comment said, if the guy's happy, more power to him. Figure it this way. Would you rather have somebody that's massively being bullied, could possibly snap, and go one of two ways, either, taking Ye Olde Express bus from the roof, or goes postal in the subway? If this prevents either of those from happening, more power to him. More power to him. Like I said, more power to him. But yeah. More power to you. But yeah, as far as the last comment's concerned, that guy can just go kiss off. That's one of those people that they're not happy unless everybody's doing everything that they do, and that's I've seen those people, but yeah, I saw this article this week. I thought it was interesting. I'm like, okay, they married Hatsune Miku. I mean, the best part is they have it looks like a 3D thing. Like this little tiny, it looks like a coffee maker, for God's sake. It looks like a coffee maker. And inside, there she is. And he's grinning really happily. He's like, yeah, look, whatever makes you happy. Who are we to take away from your happiness? Whatever floats your boat, okay? Whatever floats your boat, do it. Whatever floats your boat. But, yeah, no, you want to, go for it. Who are we to stop you? If you're happy, then be happy. That's all that matters. Seriously, that is literally all that matters. That's literally all that freaking matters. Honestly is. Alright. So remember back when I talked about Logan Paul buying this huge thing of Pokemon cards, like $3.5 million, $3.5 million, right? Oh yeah, he got what was coming to him. It would have been even better if they would have just popped open and inside would have been a small little video player and it just played Rick Ashley's Never Gonna Give You Up as the greatest Rickroll in history, because he got owned. Yep. Logan Paul confirms that his $3.5 million box of Pokemon cards are in fact fake. Yes, they are fake. They are fake as fuck, baby. They are fake. You got owned. Big time. Yeah, so here we go. He bought these first edition, he purchased a box of first edition Pokemon card booster packs. But following speculation that he had spent millions on fake cards, the YouTuber went to verify his purchase and confirmed they are indeed fake. Wah, wah, wah. That basically be cue the price. Cue the Price is Right. You suck music. So he posted a new video. It's simply titled, "I lost $3,500,000 on fake Pokemon cards," which seems pretty self-explanatory. But the saga on how he got to this point is quite the roller coaster. There's currently a Pokemon card gold rush, which is true, with first edition cards hitting high valuations, well into the thousands of dollars, which basically slaps in the face of everybody, every single one of you in high school that told me that collecting trading cards was a stupid investment. You can't see this, but I'm flipping you off. In December of 2021, Paul, an avid Pokemon card collector who owns a $150,000 Charizard card, announced he purchased a sealed and authenticated Okay. Sorry, I had to. Sealed. I can't wait to see Pat rip. I can't wait to see Pat Contry rip this one a new one on this podcast. This would be good. Sealed and authenticated box of first edition booster packs, which could contain rare cards worth a small fortune. Cue the Price is Right music, though, because they're fake! Yeah, Pokemon card experts began to question the veracity of Paul's purchase. Observers noticed that the box Paul purchased doesn't resemble previous boxes for a similar set, and the original seller changed their story on how they acquired this valuable case at least 3 times in the past. The box first sold for $75,000, well below the auction price. In response to the online speculation, Paul traveled to Chicago to verify his purchase with the baseball card exchange, the BBCE. Oh, good. A previous owner of the set claimed the BBCE verified the legitimacy of the set before, but Paul set out to authenticate his purchase in person. The findings were that the exterior of the box showed signs of authenticity based on the aging of the case. Once opened, Paul, BBCE, and everyone else there discovered the Pokemon card boxes were filled with G.I. Joe collectible cards. Yo, Joe! Paul reacts to the discovery angrily. Well, yeah, no offense, I'd be a little pissed off too. I just spent $3.5 million on fucking G.I. Joe cards. I'd be a little pissed too. Then again, my anger would pretty much be, excuse me for a minute, I'd be out the door looking for the airport to find the son of a bitch that just screwed me out of $3.5 million and is now currently in the fucking Caribbean. That's where my ass would be. I'd be tracking him down. But Paul reacts to the discovery angrily, and the owner of the BBCE says, "We all got duped." Oh, yeah, you all got fucked. So Paul brought with him a card collector named Matt Allen, who purchased the case for $2.7 million before selling them to Paul for $3.5 million. Oh, so you had the guy with you that screwed you out of the $3.5 million. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm fine, son of a bitch, first off, that sold that guy the set. So you got 2 people on your ass down now. You gotta admit, it would have been better. Somebody find that video, put it up. If there's a video, find that. If there's a video out there. Did he take a video? Is this like a video? Is there a video? Is there a video? Is there a video? Is there a video? Come on! I would have rather had the freaking. He didn't like put it up as a video. I would have wanted somebody to like do that the minute they open it up and just start playing Rick Astley's "They're Gonna Give You Up." Rick roll your ass. That'd be perfect. Yeah, because he says, yeah, it says in the video. Oh, they probably didn't. God damn it. I want to find this, and I don't want to look for it. But in the video, though, Allen says he never would have purchased the set if it wasn't approved by the BBCE, and Allen says he will begin a new process to remedy the situation. How about you give him back the $3.5 million? Let's start with that. No. Better yet, keep the $3.5 million. Logan Paul was stupid enough to give it to you in the first place, and they think he's gonna make a fucking fortune. No. He's stupid enough to do this. You keep the money. You keep the. You just got internet fame. You got screwed. You keep the money. You keep the money, and Paul just takes the fucking loss. That's what I love. I'm a super positive person, bro, and I'll always be the one to look at the bright side. And I'm trying, but this is very hard. Yeah, it's very hard. You got fucked out of $3.5 million, and the other person got screwed out of $2.7 million. If I were you, I would just take the $3.5 million as a charitable donation to the guy that got screwed out of $2.7 million, and you're out. Oh, what about $800,000? There you go. You only lost $800,000, but you gave somebody back their $2.5 million, their $2.7 million. There you go. With the speculation for Pokemon cards continuing at a fever pitch, forgers and fakers are more common in the market, so exercise caution. Yeah, no shit. Especially with computers nowadays. I remember in elementary school it was harder to fake those damn things. I never had any, so I kind of made my own. And then my classmates would get really pissed off. And it's like, well, then I finally got myself some because we finally were able to find some. And it's like, cool. I got some Pokemon cards now. Yay! And it's like, all right. But nowadays, you have computers. You can literally take the freaking image of, like, the commons and all that. You can mass produce those all you need is a laser printer, card stock, and images. And that's it. You're done. You can make a shit ton of those things with a freaking printer. You got fucked. It was all nothing but G.I. Joes. Oh no, there isn't. There must have been a video. Because I do have two articles up for this. There's one from ING that I just read off of, and the other was from Kotaku. And in Kotaku, the main image is G.I. Joe. Oh, I would love to see the video. Somebody find that video and put Rick Ashley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Right when they open the box, you just see Rick Ashley rolling your ass. I would love to see that. I think everybody would. That'd be hilarious. Oh, you got boned. Yeah, so basically it just recurps the same thing, though. Insert sad trumpet MP3 here. That's basically the Price is Right thing. The both popular and hated internet celebrity, I hate him, so I don't know how he's popular, shared the news on his YouTube channel. He lost all the money. Yep, displays, blah, blah, blah. This story is fucking crazy and it sucks. And I'm out $3.5 million. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. Hold on. I should apologize. I shouldn't laugh at you. Sorry, I can't help it. I can't help it. You were stupid enough to fall for this. You dumb idiot. I can't help it. I'm sorry. He documents all the sites covering his purchase of the cards and the quick response from the Pokemon community claiming he made a big mistake. Look, when you have a huge group of people telling you fucked up, I would take that you can take that to the bank. If you have a small percentage of people saying you fucked up, take that with a grain of salt. When you get a massive community telling you fucked up, I better take this one to the bank. Yeah, I will take it to the bank and go, we're screwed. Yep, you think? I love that, though. But eventually, this is... I love this. Alright, so let's see. Documented, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, he definitely does document. Many felt the box was too sus to purchase and it didn't trust the baseball card exchange to accurately verify the cards. After enough people pointed this out, Paul decided to check the cards with the BCE himself. Whatever. and documented his quick trip to Chicago to open and verify the sealed boxes. In the vid, yeah, I love this though. The BCE representative explains why they authenticated the unopened boxes, pointing to how the packages are sealed and how they appear not to have been untampered with. Eventually, though, he pours a glass of wine and tells the BCE rep to open the boxes. And if you read the headline of the blog, you already know what happened next. It's basically, "You said trumpet music here!" After the initial unsealing, it became clear that the cases inside seemed wrong. Too puffy, someone said. Once the Earth's Pokemon cases are unwrapped and open, it becomes clear that Logan Paul just spent $3.5 million on a bunch of G.I. Joe cards. And for those of you that are keeping track of this at home, because you want to know how badly he got fucked, he lost a lot of money. I just love that. It's just so sad for all parties involved. No, not really. The person that sold it to the guy that sold it to you came out of this with $2.7 million, and that's gone. I'm getting a good laugh out of this, so I'm loving this. I guarantee you that freaking baseball card exchange person was probably, after you left, was like, we authenticated that. Yeah, we always get one or two little screw-ups. We can take a hit. It's not going to kill us, but he lost $3.5 million. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so damn funny. I'm sorry. It's sad for the Pokemon community. How's it sad for the Pokemon community? I don't think they wanted you to have those cards. Like, how many fraudulent things are out there? Oh, how much time you got? They've been faking artwork for years. How much time you got? I'm grateful for the things I have now that are real. He later added, "We got fucked. End of story." In other news, the sky is blue. He got boned out of $3.5 million down the pisser. Honest to God, I couldn't be happier at that. I mean, Jesus Christ, you lost $3.5 million. Cue the sad Price is Right music, because it's fucking priceless. You got boned. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I feel sorry for me. Hell, I got swindled out of $35 once, and I will admit that. And I learned my lesson after that. Believe me, I do a lot of diligence. I do a lot of research. Believe me, I don't fall for anything hook, line, and sucker anymore. I do a hell of a lot of research. That set my BS meter straight to super sensitive mode that I really have to figure out what I'm going to do before I do it. But as far as you're concerned, my friend, you, my friend, got screwed. You learned a very expensive lesson. See, mine only cost me $35. Yours cost you what I would love to have right now in my bank account, and you got boned. Massively boned. I, for one, couldn't be happier. Couldn't happen to a worse person. I just can't believe it. You got screwed. You got screwed. And it's so damn funny. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at you. I shouldn't, No, screw it. I should. No, I'm sorry. You had this coming to you, okay? Karma is a bitch, my friend. Basically, think of every bad thing you've ever done in your life, everything that's ever pissed off a lot of people. You just lost $3.5 million on a box of fake-ass Pokemon cards. And you're like a dumbass in front of the entire internet and the world. Yeah. And the best part is, this will stay up forever. Karma is a bitch. You never know when it's going to come back to haunt you, but it is a bitch. Oh, I love that. That was the best. That was the best ever. All right. So this is definitely interesting. So first off, thank you, YouTube, for showing me an ad for something that was literally going to premiere the next fucking day. Yeah. So the U.S. premiere of Mamoru Hosoda's Belle, the anime film, right around the corner, basically premiered on the 14th. And G Kids is getting ahead of the event with a look at the opening. You can't pull it up anymore you can't pull the video up anymore in the article, but you can easily find it up on YouTube. I guarantee it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting though. It arrived and shows the movie's first 3 minutes, including the English version of Millennium Parade's You, as performed by Kylie McNeil. So yeah, the movie. I see this trailer and it's like from the director of. It had The Girl Who Left Through Time, Summer Wars, and a whole slew of others. I'm like, okay, you got my attention, and the visuals got my attention. The plot was getting my attention. I'm like, okay, you got my attention. Don't lose it now. Like, okay, you got me. It never lost my attention. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this. I want to get this when it comes the fuck out. So yeah, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for this thing because this looks pretty damn good. So here's the synopsis of this. Suzu is a shy, everyday high school student living in a rural village. For years, she has only been a shadow of herself. But when she enters You, a massive virtual world, she escapes into her online persona as Belle, a gorgeous and globally beloved singer. One day, her concert is interrupted by a monstrous creature chased by vigilantes. As their hunt escalates, Suzu embarks on an emotional and epic quest to uncover the identity of the mysterious beast and to discover her true self in a world where you can be anyone. Sounds really interesting because it's basically it's from the director of Summer Wars, and I loved Summer Wars. When I first got a chance to watch some of that, when Neo Tsunami was streaming movies before it had to shut down its site, I was watching it that night. I was like, this is really good. And I didn't get to finish watching it because the stream died, and I was like, God damn it. But it was good. I loved the movie. I'm like, I got to track this down. And it took me a while, but I finally got a copy of it. And, oh my God, it's beautiful. I love it. Still, it's one of my all-time favorites. And The Girl Who Left Through Time, that was beautiful. Just beautiful. I love that one, too. But I'm like, yeah, no, this is great. And I'm looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And I'm like, this is really interesting. And I did a bit of research on it then Thursday night. And I'm like, this is really cool. And I'm like, I'm not driving. It's like about, I want to say like 50 to 60 miles to the closest theater that was going to be airing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not driving that much. And I'm not going to the freaking movies. So I'm going to get this when it comes out on DVD. Believe me, this is on my list. Hugely. And I'm like, this is really interesting. And I'm like, huh. It definitely gave me a Summer Wars vibe. It gave me a huge one of that. And I'm like, I love this. I think it's really interesting. Makes me want to watch Summer Wars again. Don't get me wrong. And that was a damn good movie. But it makes me want to watch that again. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, I like this. I like this movie a lot. And the more I'm watching, the more I'm like, yeah, you know what? I really like this. This looks pretty good. So I'm hoping that when I finally see it, that the check that it wrote, the check that trailer wrote, I'm hoping that the movie can cash it. I don't want an alpha situation here. I don't want the secret world of Arietti situation here where the trailer wrote the trailer wrote a check that movie could not cash. For alphas, it was the trailer wrote a check that show could not cash. But oh yeah, Oh yeah, no. For the Secret World of Arietti, that trailer wrote a check that movie could not cash. It did. That movie did not. It put me to sleep. It put me to sleep. How the hell? It put me to sleep. That's just not a good movie. It puts me to sleep. But this looks really good. There's not really much to say about it because it's all the article says. But it looks really good. It looks really interesting. I'm looking forward to checking it out when I can get my hands on it because this looks really good. I really like it. I think it's interesting. So hopefully it'll come out soon. I think the last time they did one like this, within like a few months it was out, and I was kind of figuring that out the other day. I'm like, well, like okay, because I remember when they did this with Ponyo. Like Ponyo came out, it was like in theaters. It was like a summertime when it was in theaters, and then by like March it was out on DVD. And I'm just doing the math in my head, and I'm like, okay, so about I was thinking like maybe 9 months, give or take, like 8, 9 months. It was out, so maybe this will get out a little quicker. I don't know, but definitely interesting. Definitely something that I want to get my hands on because this looks just so amazing. It really does. But yeah, uh, it's freaking cool. But yeah, you can't pull the live events no longer available. That's what the video thing says in the article. But I'm pretty sure you can probably find clips of it online, at least on YouTube. So I would check those out. But yeah, it looks freaking cool from the trailer and everything else. So hopefully it lives up to the expectations. I'll be pissed if it doesn't, because like I said, it's from the same director that did The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. That was goddamn beautiful. And Summer Wars. If you've ever seen Summer Wars, first off, if you haven't seen Summer Wars, go watch Summer Wars. Go watch Summer Wars. Stop what you're doing and go watch Summer Wars. And then come back. Because that was just so damn beautiful. But yeah, hopefully everything pans out the same. At least I hope it does. Alrighty, everybody, and that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. And I'm pretty sure you could have told by now, but I did switch microphones then. I kind of thought I was getting a little too much feedback with the other one, or just sound a little grainy. I'll have to do a little more tweaking. But hey, I got through at least 3 things with it: the opening, my week, and the first topic. So not too bad. And yeah, I'll tweak it, I'll improve it, I'll fix it. It's a work in progress. Hey, to make an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs. Okay? That's how life works. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. But anyway, folks, thank you all for hanging out with me here on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Don't forget, I was planning to do a Q&A this month. I don't know if anybody remembered that. I know I didn't put up a date or anything. There's only like 2 weeks left now. If you wanna, I could try to shoot to do one the week of the 25th, or I could just wait and do one for February. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to submit any questions, if you have anything you want to ask me. And until next time, folks, don't forget, check me out over on Patreon. We got patreon.com/webdesigner18. And we're also on Ko-fi. Check out the official WebDesigner18 Facebook page. Come on, hang out with me over on Twitter at OtakeGrows. Forget to like, comment, subscribe. Ring that notification bell, and I will catch you next time here on the WebDesigner18 YouTube channel for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.